The whistle has sounded, so I guess that means it's noontime. Can everyone hear me okay? No? I can talk louder if you like. I don't know if the mic is on. All right, that sounds a little bit better. I think you can hear me now. I want to thank all of you for coming here, and on behalf of the Board of Directors for Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Capital Region, we are celebrating 40 years of service throughout the Capital Region. I want to welcome you all here today. Before I begin with some remarks, I want to introduce a few people that are here with us today. I want to thank Mayor Robert Blais, who many of you may not know this. He's the longest tenured mayor in the United States, having served more than 50 years. And he has been behind this project, which seems like it's taken us 50 years. But Mayor Blais, thank you. I also want to recognize Lake George Town Supervisor Dennis Dickinson. Dennis, where are you? There you are. Thank you for joining us. I want to thank the chairwoman of the Warren County Board of Supervisors, Rachel Sieber, who is expected to join us. There you are. Can I ask you to come sit up here next to the mayor? Thank you.
Thank you. Apologize.
I want to thank New York State Senator Daniel Steck for joining us today as well. I'm not sure. I don't see him yet, but he is expected. And I really want to thank the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce. Their executive director, Gina Mentzer, and her staff have been absolutely amazing in helping us prepare for this event. Thank you for being here. We have many other important guests, but none are more important than the five families that I want to introduce to you. The Lawton family, representing Amazing Gracie's Gift Foundation, for their support for Ronald McDonald House Charities over the years, for their support for this project, and also just thank you for the way in which you honor Gracie. LaBella family for being here. The LaBella family has come to be very special to those of us at the house. And it's great to see, where did Anna go? There she is. I'm looking right past you. Anna, thank you for being here with us today. The Bellina family. Vivian, thank you for being with us today as well. The Dundon family. Thank you for being with us today. And the Byler family, who not only came today, but they also delivered a shed to us today, which you'll see in the back. Today is the beginning of a new chapter in the miraculous story of Ronald McDonald House. Led by the wisdom and compassion of Dr. Audrey Evans, the needs of Fred and Fran Hill, and the compassion of Jimmy Murray, the very idea of providing a home for families whose children were receiving treatment began more than 45 years ago in Philadelphia. Today, the story is told in more than 377 houses spread among 61 different nations, aided by Ronald McDonald family rooms that are located inside local hospitals, the Ronald McDonald Care Mobiles that take care and treatment to outlying areas, and various local programs that meet the specific needs of communities. Our chapter provides all of these services in partnership with the Bernard and Millie Duker Children's Hospital at Albany Med. Since 1982, the house has served nearly 20,000 families, expanding to serve a capacity of 25 guest families within the house. The family room added a hospitality cart in 2020, allowing us to provide for more than 1,000 individuals throughout the pandemic, while many other services were on hold. We are here today because of the vision of one person. For every one of the past 40 years, she has cared for each family served at Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Capital Region. It is rumored that she might be connected to every one of those families on Facebook. Like Dr. Evans, she is known to care deeply about each family. Children in need of treatment require the attention, support, and care of the entire family. With that recognition, her house seeks to provide a comfortable place in which compassion may be shared, where hospitality is found within the themes of well-decorated rooms, and where families are greeted by caring volunteers with a warm, home-cooked meal. It is indeed the house that love built. Debbie Ross is a founder of that vision. And today that vision extends to the village of Lake George. She found a partner in compassion in Mayor Robert Blais. His love for this village and his awareness of how RMHC has served this community over the years created a marvelous opportunity to bring our passions together. One of the things that has happened for us over the years, especially over this project, is when you come to RMHC, you have to learn to wear many hats. Some might not think this hat goes well with this suit. Not at all? Well, okay, then if that one doesn't go well, we'll get rid of it and we'll replace it with this one. I hear people up here are Sox fans. Is that true? No? Well, I'm a Sox fan. Chicago White Sox, 2005 World Series champions. Now, I also know there's a few hockey fans up here. I'm also a Blackhawks fan, but I'm originally from Chicago. 18 months ago, I got the privilege of putting on a hat for Ronald McDonald House Charities. And this one, you can actually get this one for yourself inside. But today, I'm switching hats and putting on a Lake George hat because it's nice to be up here in Lake George. What a marvelous way to bring the passions of Lake George and Ronald McDonald House Charities together. This building, formerly the law offices of Howard Krantz, was identified for this very special project. Also with us today are Marcia Krantz and her family, and I want to thank Marcia and all of her family for helping move this vision toward the program that we are opening today. As you walk through the cottage, you will see the amazing creativity that our interior designer, Lynn Underhill, has added to this vision. Together, these four have led the way. Look around. They are not alone. There's a lot of people together celebrating today. Drawing upon the compassion of the larger community, we have had more than 100 businesses and individuals that have come together to prepare this cottage for the families that will soon arrive. I encourage you to spend time looking at our family tree in the dining room to acknowledge those who have made this possible. For my own part, I focus on the reason for this program. In a few days, the first guest family will actually come back because they're here today. The first guest family will arrive. They will enter into the magical world of RMHC within the majestic serenity of Lake George. Here, they will be able to do what matters most: spend time together. Thank you for joining us today as we open the first program of its kind, the Ronald McDonald Family Retreat at Krantz Cottage. It is now, I'm looking at, I don't know if Marty Shields has made it. Marty. It's now my privilege to introduce to you Marty Shields, speaking on behalf of Boucher Financial Group. They are sponsoring this ribbon cutting ceremony for us. Marty is also the newly elected president-elect for the RMHC board.
Thanks, David. On behalf of Boucher Financial Group, I want to let you know how excited and proud we are to be a supporter of the Ronald McDonald House Family Retreat at Krantz Cottage. This house, this retreat, this home is the perfect extension of the Ronald McDonald House mission into the Lake George community. When you think about the happiness and joy that's going to be received by the families who stay here, it's reason to celebrate. But when you truly think about the dedication, the hard work, and perseverance that was required to bring this project to completion, and how unique this home is across the Ronald McDonald House Charities globally, it's even more special and more reason to celebrate. I want to thank David for his leadership in this project and bringing it to completion. I want to thank the staff of the Ronald McDonald House and the board for their hard work. I want to give a special thanks to the Krantz family for this beautiful home. And finally, to Mayor Blais and the Lake George community, thank you for welcoming us and supporting this project. We are very happy to be part of your community. Thank you.
It is a distinct pleasure to introduce to you two members of the Krantz family, Elise Krantz and Gayla Langlois.
Good afternoon. My name is Elise Krantz. My sister Gayla and I are delighted to share with you a little bit about our father, Howard Krantz, for whom Krantz Cottage is named. Also here with us today is our mother, Marcia Krantz. She was married to our father for 44 years, and next month would have been their 50th wedding anniversary. It is in large part due to her generosity that Krantz Cottage is opening today.
I know we speak for our entire family when we say how surreal this moment feels to know that our father's law office, which he occupied for over 30 years, would be reimagined as a vacation home for the families of the Ronald McDonald House is both overwhelming and amazing. It's something none of us could have ever dreamed of. But knowing that our father was a man who loved to reuse, repurpose, and recycle any item that showed signs of life, including old Ziploc bags, he would be overjoyed to see how this building has been thoughtfully renovated and redesigned in order to serve such a wonderful purpose.
Gayla and I have fond memories of 161 Ottawa Street. We can still picture our father sitting in what is now the family room at a large wooden desk with his faithful canine sidekick Sophie nearby. Note there was no computer on his desk. By his own admission, the draw of online chess would have been too strong. To the left of his desk was his beloved fish tank, and in front of him were floor-to-ceiling bookshelves full of law reference books and family knickknacks. It is so heartwarming to see that these bookshelves now hold the family library at Krantz Cottage.
And knowing how much our father believed in the importance of family, we imagine he would feel, as we all do, both humbled and proud that his name will live on in a space dedicated to helping families connect with one another, enjoy the beauty of Lake George, and create lasting memories. In many ways, this Ronald McDonald Family Retreat brings together two of our father's greatest loves, family and vacations.
In our home growing up, we knew that family was a priority for our father. Even though he was a supremely hard worker who dedicated his entire professional career to the study and practice of law, he was always home by 5 o'clock, eager to ask about our days at school. He never missed a single softball game, dance recital, or band or orchestra concert, and whether he was effortlessly beating us in Monopoly, He was a real estate attorney, after all. Capturing birthday celebrations on the camcorder or teaching us how to properly throw a baseball, he always gave us his undivided attention.
Vacations were a joyous extension of this family time. We had our fair share of trips to Florida, some amazing adventures in the western U.S., as well as unforgettable trips abroad. When traveling as a family, our father would always use international trips as an opportunity to learn more about local cultures. I remember how, to our extreme embarrassment, he insisted on sitting up front with taxi drivers so he could ask about their lives and gain a tip or two about blending in with the locals.
And equally embarrassing, I remember how he never failed to practice his high school level Spanish whenever he encountered a Spanish speaker, even if that meant calling me his hee-haw instead of his hija, when he meant to introduce me as his daughter to a restaurant employee in Arizona, or when his speech was unflatteringly compared to that of a leprechaun, when he used his version of an Irish brogue with a native Irish woman.
Luckily, the families who will be staying here at Krantz Cottage won't have to worry about learning a new language during their time in Lake George. Instead, we hope they can focus on all of the wonderful attractions and natural beauty the village has to offer, from the lake to the mini golf courses to the numerous restaurants and arcades. Shout out to Fun World Arcade, where I used to work. There is so much to keep families happy.
Now that our father's law office has been transformed into the Ronald McDonald Family Retreat at Krantz Cottage, we hope future guests will find this vacation home to be a space that is all joy, all family, and all love. It's exactly what we and our father would have wanted. Thank you.
I want to go back and recognize New York State Senator Daniel Steck for being here as well. Thank you. And during my remarks, I told you that this vision was due to one person. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Debbie Ross.
Wow, what a wonderful day. On behalf of all those involved with our Ronald McDonald House Charities, and most importantly, the families who will benefit from this oasis, thank you all. Yesterday I had one of those deja vu moments. It was a memory. The flowers were being planted, the shed came in today, people were painting. The mural, which you will love on the second unit, was being put on the wall. It was an all-day project, thanks to the town here and our designer. Back in June of 1982, the day that we opened the Ronald McDonald House in Albany, the sod was being laid down and the curtains were being hung. Kathy Schoolcraft is here today. She was there that day. You were hanging the curtains, weren't you, Kathy? She came from Vermont today. Mayor Blais knew that Lake George would be the perfect setting for families to have a memorable vacation in the natural surroundings of the Adirondacks, and most importantly, away from the hospital. A place to escape, refresh, and heal. We know that medicine heals, but we also know being together as a family and with joy and togetherness and making lasting memories, that is healing too. Thank you, Mayor Blais, for heeding the call. Thank you, Marcia Krantz, for your ongoing support of this project. The showers that you put on so that we have spoons and forks and bedding. The library that has the books that you so nicely chose for our children and their parents. Your financial support has meant so much to us. We know that behind the walls of this building here, enchanting retreat that we have, there will be laughter and there'll be joy, synonymous of Howard Krantz. This Ronald McDonald Family Retreat is your family's legacy. So Lynn, our designer, where's Lynn today? Where is she?
Right out there
Okay.
with the tiara on.
Our designer extraordinaire, we call her the Queen. We actually had a picture superimposed with a crown on it last night. We presented her. Lori and I are going to miss our 6 a.m. texts and our 11 p.m. texts saying, this is what you guys need to do for the next day. This is what you need to get for us. This is how many volunteers. We are going to miss those texts. Your artistic vision, energy, your project management skills amaze all of us. You've put your heart and soul into this project and dragged Phil and your son into it too. When you tour this retreat today, I want you to look at the detail in every room because her hand is in it. When you walk in and you see the first floor bedroom, each birdhouse was hand painted by her. The birch trees that are on the wall, they're faux, they're not real, they look real. She hand painted those and cut them and installed them herself. The donor tree, she created completely. The rocks, the style, it's just beautiful. That thanks our donors. The paddleboard headboard, she made the oars and hand painted them. You turned this law firm into a magical wonderland of comfort for our families. We've had our challenges. When in March, our global said you can, now that COVID is, under control, you can move back in, and we had a gutted building and we couldn't find any contractors. We called everybody. And one of our Amish families stepped up and put the siding on this building. And I know a lot of you in this, in front of the cottage here on Ottawa Street have gotten desperate calls from me. I'm sorry about that. I met a contractor just recently. It was someone working for a contractor in the house. I introduced myself, and he said to me, "Oh, you're the beggar." And I said, "What?" And he said, "But my boss said that you beg for sick children and their families." So I wear that hat very proudly. Thank you for stepping up. The various unions and so many of you that are out there today when we couldn't find anybody to work. So thank you all. The faithful donors that are here today that paid $25,000 for a room or $10,000, thank you all for your support. For the community that has donated gift cards to every bit of entertainment locally and restaurants. Amazing Gracie's gift for providing the money for the meals for our families and gift cards. All of you out there today really stepped up to make this possible, so I want to thank you. And then I want to introduce some of our heroes today, some of our Ronald House heroes, and that's the children who are going to be staying here. Already, several of our kids came in. We couldn't get them off the beds. They were jumping around and bouncing, and there was a lot of happiness and joy. And that's what this is really about today. Anna here relapsed with cancer, and she's the first family to stay here. And by the way, as I beg, she has her own foundation. I'm wearing 2 of her bracelets. She has, let's see, what's the name of it here, Anna? Anna's Sunflower Warriors. And she has her own foundation where when people give to her all the time, she turns around and in the Children's Cancer Clinic, she has a cart and she also does baskets to sick children. It's a beautiful thing when a child turns around and gives to other kids when you're going through the worst time of your life with a relapse. Where's my Destiny? Come here, baby. Destiny rings the bell today at the Children's Hospital. She's finished with her treatment for leukemia. Isn't this wonderful? Wave to everybody. Oh, she's gone. I want to recognize the Bylers here today. They're one of our Amish families. So many of the Amish came in 2 hours away to do the construction here because we couldn't find contractors. And Marcus, that's here today. Where's Marcus Byler? Did they around? Back there. Little Suzanne spent many days in the hospital, and they donated so much of the furniture and the picnic table, and then they dropped the shed off today. but another little hero, little Suzanne. Vivian here just had a tumor removed from behind her eye, and she lost her eyesight in this one eye. She's a real hero today. And these guys are best friends, if you didn't notice. Watch out. These guys are troublemakers together. They spent the night at the Ronald House last night. And boy, I heard some scampering around late. I don't know if that was you or not. It was. Oh, outside. Great. In the city of Albany. Wonderful. So, and then I want to close with someone very special, the Ramirez family. Jose is back here near the car. And Jose, many years ago, had a daughter with brain cancer, and they lived in our Ronald House for close to a year. And you know what? They needed a vacation. I had a summer cottage that burned several years ago, but we used to put Ronald House families in it. And Jose's family stayed there and had a wonderful vacation before their daughter passed away. So he can, if you want to find out how important a summer cottage is, mine was in Lake Winnipesaukee. This is Lake George. You ask Jose the importance of that vacation, that their family could be together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Debbie. I'd now like to introduce the Honorable Robert Blais, the Mayor of Lake George.
Welcome to Lake George, everybody. Everything in this world today begins as either an idea or a dream. And so it was. On March 8th, 2018, my daughter Jacqueline, who's here today, invited me to take a tour through the Ronald McDonald facilities in South Lake Avenue in Albany. And after the tour was over, I was blown away. I was blown away by what I saw, what I felt, and what I seen. From the staff, the facility, and the young lady that was there that was suffering from cancer that was here from a foreign country. And so we sat down, Debbie and I, and you heard Debbie talk about this house in Lake Winnipesaukee. I don't even know where Lake Winnipesaukee is. All I know about is Lake George. And she told me about this house in Lake Winnipesaukee, and then she told me she had a dream. She says, I want to replace that house that had burned down with a vacation house somewhere sometime soon. And I thought, why not Lake George? The combination of Lake George and the Ronald McDonald House Charities is a surefire winner for anyone. So I came back and I called every real estate agent I could think of in the entire area and said, look it, we got to find a house for Ronald McDonald Charities. Debbie had given me a prototype and they all said they would help. And then it was only 2 weeks later that I came in here to see our village attorney, Matt Fuller, who's here today. He had replaced Howard here in the house. And Matt said, Mayor, you're going to not be happy. We're moving out of Lake George and we're moving down the road to Queensbury. I was the happiest guy in the whole world. I said, Matt, you don't know how happy you're making me. What's going to happen to the house? And he said, well, let's call Mrs. Krantz. And we called Mrs. Krantz, and here we are today. We are so proud to be the host of this Ronald McDonald Vacation Home here in Lake George. We pride ourselves, as you know, and Gina Mitzner knows this from the chamber, she's here, that we pride ourselves in being one of the top 10 family resorts in the country. Well, this is the last piece of the puzzle. We are truly now a top 10 family resort in the country. As a matter of fact, as I stand here today, I think that this is one of the most important ribbon-cutting ceremonies we've ever had in Lake George. Merchants will come and go. Businesses will come and go. Owners will come and go. but this will be here forever. So for all the families that are coming to Lake George, today, Debbie, your dreams come true.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd now like to call upon Rachel Sieber, the chairwoman for the Warren County Board of Supervisors.
Good afternoon. My goodness, it's beautiful out, and if I could at this time please ask our supervisor from the town of Lake George, Dennis Dickinson. Supervisor Dickinson, will you join me? Yes, please. I have the great privilege of representing 20 incredible members of our Warren County Board of Supervisors. Supervisor Dickinson sits on the board representing Lake George, and Anna, much like the Sunflower Warriors, their mascot is also a warrior. And I think in the spirit of Warren County, we want to have our community be a place to live, to work, to play, and we want to be part of your team. And I look out today and I see so many kids, and I'm loving watching them throw the ball and support each other, and it dawned on me, we can't present this certificate on behalf of our approximately 65,000 residents to anyone but the kids that are here. So to Anna, to all these kids that I keep seeing loving this moment and this experience, would you help me do this presentation? Come on up, help me with it, because I shouldn't be the one giving this. It should be you guys. I don't want to step on the... Does she, I mean, she's so much better dressed, no? Okay. I saw these little...
Carter.
You want to come up?
Carter.
Carter.
No, he's going to stay there.
All right.
All right.
Here you go, guys.
Maybe you.
You want to go up here and present this on behalf of Warren County and tell them how grateful we are to have them here and be part of this. Would you mind doing that for me?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Just picture that.
Yeah,
It looks like it's frozen. Just like
it might be now.
See, a big thank you and hand over all our appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for helping us. We needed it. We appreciate it. You look great. Thank you for doing that.
After your pearls.
I know. She looks fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're happy to be a part of this.
Yeah. On a personal level, it is very rewarding to be able to introduce our next speaker. She was part of the search committee team that brought me to Ronald McDonald House Charities a year and a half ago. And she and I, during the course of all that has happened during the pandemic and everything else, have had many late night phone calls and text messages and all sorts of things. And I'm proud to say that she now has more time for Ronald McDonald House Charities now. Our president, Adele O'Connell.
Thank you, David. I just retired on Friday, so I am hoping to spend a lot more time up here and at the house and helping out in any way I can. I really want to thank everyone for coming out today to celebrate this moment in the life of our organization and in the life of the children and the families we serve. The Family Retreat program has lived in our imagination and in our hearts for a long time, and we are so happy and grateful to claim it as a reality today. Originally, as you heard, the inspiration of our long-serving House Director, Debbie Ross, the idea has been embraced over time by many, and as David pointed out, it's one of the reasons he is currently our CEO. It's an honor and privilege to be able to lift up families amid the crushing weight and uncertainty of their child's serious illness and make it possible for them to have a touch of normalcy and joy in their lives an opportunity in this beautiful setting to make precious memories together as a family. There was a time, though, when many of us doubted this day would come. There was a tumultuous transition period of nearly a year when we were in survival mode between organizational leaders and under very close scrutiny by global RMHC. I give immense credit and appreciation to our dedicated RMHC staff, our then board president, Gary Finkel, and the board members who nonetheless rallied behind the mission until we regained our footing and could realize this dream. I also want to acknowledge the leadership at Global RMHC for providing staffing support during that transition and a solid framework upon which to build and strengthen our programs and create this exciting, new, one-of-a-kind retreat program. The phrase, "it takes a village," here in the village of Lake George, takes on new meaning for me in this undertaking. We've been so fortunate to have the unwavering support and energies of Debbie, of David, the rest of our incredible RMHC staff, our board of directors, Lynn, our awesome decorator and workhorse, the tradespeople and all the volunteers who have contributed materials and their time and their energy and expertise to transform this cottage for our families, the business owners who have generously donated gift cards and vouchers to allow our guest families to enjoy an all-expenses-paid retreat experience, the village of Lake George, Marcia Krantz and family, Mayor Blais, and the whole North Country community and beyond. You have embraced this program from the very beginning, and you never let go of that dream. You had to have a lot of patience, but you never let go. And finally, our children and families whose courage and resilience inspire us to show up every day to fulfill our mission. You are the heart and soul of this retreat program. Thank you, one and all, for making all this possible.
The time has come for us to say a word of blessing upon this program for all of the families that will come. And I want to thank someone who is a good friend of mine for 20 years. He is the rabbi of the Jewish Fellowship in Lords Valley, Pennsylvania. So he drove a little while to get here this morning. But I want to introduce to you Rabbi Joe Bickhart.
What did I get myself into? What a glorious day. Adonai, Baruch et kahal hakadosh hazeh, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. God bless this entire holy congregation assembled here, and may all who've come be blessed. It takes many different types of material to construct a house. Brick, stone, wood, glass, wires, paint, plastics. Yet no home is complete unless God is included in its construction. For thousands of years, the Jewish people have taken to heart the words of Moses, who said in the book of Deuteronomy, "You shall inscribe the words of the Torah upon your doorposts of your home and upon your gates." In the setting of the mezuzah, which I just affixed to the door, this threshold becomes a sacred passage and this home a sanctuary. Praise are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, who commandments add holiness to our lives, and who gave us the commandment to affix the mezuzah. Praise are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, for granting us life, for sustaining us, and for bringing us to this day. Just a couple of quick personal words. Your Honor, dignitaries, my good friend David, it is a blessing to have such a place for us to even consider a family to go to. It is extremely difficult to find the appropriate words of how to thank everyone who contributed, starting with the Krantz family. Because you must have a foundation, you must have a threshold to begin with. And as Dr. David alluded to, on the long drive up here from Lords Valley, Pennsylvania, a little over 3 hours from where I live, I didn't do any of the driving. Somebody else did that, and in honor of that, the first thing David gave me was the rocking chair to sit in. He must have made an assumption. And that's where we make mistakes. We make assumptions. It is my hope that and blessing that in this house, that it is blessed not just with the joy and security for families to use and for those who are in need to use, but understand it doesn't stop here. This is just step one. It's a wonderful step, but our blessings need to continue, because tomorrow, most of you will be someplace else. You won't be here, but you need to be here always. These families need you. These children need you. Ronald McDonald House needs you, and you should all be blessed for it, and thank you very much.
I'm moving that so we have some room, because I'd like to invite some special people to come up and join us on the porch, because we are going to, at this point, prepare to cut the ribbon. I'd like to start by asking all of the members of the Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Capital Region Board of Directors, if you would please make your way up. Gary and Kathy, I see you both standing there. You're no longer active on the board, but I'd like you to join us because you've been very active in this project. And come up and stand near the back side of the porch, up closest to the house. We may need to move some chairs up there and move them around so we have some room for everybody. I'd also like all members of the Krantz family to join. And because I can feel a raindrop or two coming, I'm going to ask that all RMHC board, all RMHC staff join up on the porch as well. I'm going to highlight again people that I have jokingly referred to for the last couple months as the four birds. When you take a look at our family tree, you will see that all of the donors and people who have supported this project are listed on a leaf. There are four that are listed on as a bird. And those four are Mayor Blais, Lynn Underhill. So Lynn, you've got to come join us up on the porch. Debbie Ross and Marcia Krantz. I'd ask the four of you to stay close in the middle, next to these posts. Leave room for me. ribbon.
Wait, are we going under?
You're going under.
Hold on. Wait, let me.
Thank you. All right. I'd like to have all the kids come up.
I'm about.
Come over on this side.
Come on over here.
Come on this side.
Come on over here.
And hold on to the ribbon. All right. Come on up and grab a spot on the ribbon. All right. Now that everybody's in place, Marcia and Debbie, can you come up closer in here? Just leave enough room for me. And I'm going to turn this over to Kim. And Kim's going to tell us all what to do from here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim, the Membership Director from the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce, or as we like to call me, the ribbon-cutting person. So here we go. All right, we're going to do 3 photos. Where's my photo person? Go ahead. You want to go up in?
Come on up, Carter. Come on up.
I'm going to squat down in a second.
Right here. Up.
I have to squat down, so here we go. You're going to go up there? Your shoe. Hold on, he lost his shoe.
He's coming.
Got it? Okay, good. Can't go without your shoe. We're going to do 3 photo ops looking straight behind me to the press tent. That's where all the photograph people are. We're going to take one with the big scissors open. Then we're going to take one and cut it. And then we're going to, everybody raise your hands and go, yay, on the third one, okay? I'm going to count you down from 3. So open up your scissors.
Okay, hold this
Hold it up tight, please.
here so that it stays tight. That way we can see Lake George right
There you go. Open scissors. Am I still in the way, Amanda? Yep, hold on.
Marcia, Debbie, Lynn, Mayor, can you get your hands on the scissors here on the blue?
How about now?
Perfect.
All right. Take some photos. Photo op. Am I still in the way? Thumbs up from the press booth. On the count of 3, you're going to snap those scissors. 1. Get ready, photo people. 2, 3. Okay, hold still. Here we go. Ready? 1 more. On the count of 3, everybody raise your hands like this, like you're having the best time of your life. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Keep holding it. Hold on. Best time of your life. Come on. Best time of your life. Everybody good under the press tent? Thank you very much. Inside the house, if you're going inside, please wear a mask. Also, there's a pen, a marker so that you may sign the ribbons. Please do so that they may have them in the house for a memento. Thank you.